Hi Aquarius, welcome to your January 2017 love reading. It's Rena here. I'm just doing these different piles so that I'm not much of a shuffler. Okay. It's never the same. It doesn't. I'm going to move these over. I never can tell how how it really shows up when it's on the video. I have a viewfinder, but I don't know. And then now I know that's on. Keep everything centered, right? Just to keep I know that's crazy, but no, this guy has to go over too. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I have to figure that out one of these days. Oops. Okay. Just going to collect these cards. The Knight that is represented by the past position could be somebody other than you. Oh, well, there's so many possibilities. It could be a facet of you, I suppose, although they do say that knights are characters. This can be someone who... This would be a person. It could actually be a fellow air sign. So a Gemini or a Libra or fellow Aquarius. Out of the three, I would say Gemini, just because they're the characteristics. Someone who's a fast talker, someone who really cuts to the chase. But there's a definite, you know, they have a cause, you know. So I suppose it could be any of the air signs, and maybe it's not even their sun sign, but in combination, I would say especially with a fire sign. So like a sun in Sagittarius, moon in Aquarius or something, you know, it could be different permutations. But the important thing is that this person is very passionate about their beliefs, and they're very blunt about them, and sometimes it can deal with lawyers because they, you know, possess those characteristics themselves. So in a marriage, you know, consulting a lawyer, for instance, because you're unhappy in that situation. Interestingly, the theme here is the Lover's card. So this is great for a love reading, but also it's connected to Gemini, you know, which is the person I just said. The Lover's card also can relate to a choice that needs to be made. So there could be two different parties involved that the person is choosing from, or you, I should say. Let me look at what is also coming in here. We have the Three of Cups. This can indicate either that, see, and the number 3 and the number 2 are kind of similar. The number 3 can indicate three parties, so like a love triangle, especially with the cups because of the emotional connection. But, and maybe you have a guy, I don't have to say it's a guy, but I'll just say a man, let's just say a man who is in love with two different women. Or maybe more than, maybe 3 different women. But usually, you know, when it's 3, it's like there's 3 parties involved. And so that's where the choice comes in. Now, The Three of Cups can also relate to being very social, and with the cups it could be like a lot of drinking, a lot of partying. So someone may be in that environment where they are surrounded by potential sex partners as well as alcohol, and the combination is leading to infidelity. The other possibility I would say with this is that, there's influence from the outside coming in and contaminating the relationship. It's not that the Knight of Swords is a bad person, but the Knight of Swords can actually be someone who is in and out a lot. So the person may not be someone, if this is someone that you have been dealing with, they may be, maybe you're having a sexual relationship with this person, but they are not, you can't pin them down. And so you're trying to have something more, and it's always being elusive in some way. And it's partially because maybe they have other people. They have a stable of beauties, or they have, they're just like, they have some kind of problem with drinking, and that is leading them to poor decisions. Something along those lines could be in play here. Because when I see the Knight of Swords, I do think that perhaps that isn't necessarily a person who is going to be a good partner necessarily, because they may, the knights tend to be very unstable, and this person is a very, he may even be kind of verbally abusive kind of an individual. The higher message is the Hierophant card. So, and this is right below the Lover's card. This is like the, put the ring on it type of card. Do I sound like a grandmother? Put the ring on, instead of saying put a ring on it. Like misquoting the title of a song. I'm not a grandmother. I've never even been a mother, so. But I mean, I just think that's funny. But that kind of a thing where it's, maybe you have been involved with somebody hoping for more, and it hasn't, turned out that way. And maybe you're seeing it totally different than the other person is seeing it. They think, like, the Three of Cups is kind of like this frivolous social energy. And I shouldn't say frivolous, but it's just, lighthearted. And so it might be that this person regards you as just someone, a friend, or somebody who, you're passing the time with, and you want something more. But the spiritual message is you need something more, and it doesn't even have to be, some kind of a legal document or a symbol like a ring. It could be that you want something more substantial. And the Hierophant, the spiritual message, is a spiritual message, because the Hierophant can talk about, something beyond the physical, which is what metaphysical means. Something, having a goal, a relationship for something that is going to lead to a long-term and more soulful connection, rather than just like a port in a storm type of a deal. So the card that crosses you is the Strength card, and this is a card that is associated with Leo, which is your opposite sign. So this is in the challenge position. So I mentioned that Knight of Swords, that could be somebody who's not necessarily a fire sign. An air sign. Maybe it is a Leo with a moon in Libra or something like that. But the point is that this person, whoever this person is causing problems in some way. Now, it may have nothing to do with anybody that you have dated or anything like that. It also could mean that you are feeling not like your defenses are down. You're not feeling at your best. And that can lead you to allow someone to come into your life that is going to upset upset the apple cart, upset your life in general, because that Knight energy is typically, except for the Knight of Pentacles, but is typically something that it can really stir your passions or get you riled up, but it's not necessarily something that is good. And this is one of the things, I think one of the key pieces is that sometimes people can't tell the difference between when they are being stimulated and when they are being having their lives turned upside down. It seems like it's exciting, but it's really drama, and it's not passion. Passion is something that is creative and is that it is productive, is something that it leads to something good. Drama doesn't lead to anything good. So that's how you can discern, what is drama. And so you have to be careful that, it could be too, you have to be careful not to allow your defenses to get down too much, because someone could come in, maybe it's not necessarily a Leo, but somebody could come back in, maybe that Knight of Swords, come back in and say the right things because they know exactly what to say to worm their way back into your life. And, again, how do they act? Not what they say, not anything what they promise. How do they act when they are given the chance to act? Do they keep their word? Do they, are they consistent? And that's how you tell. And that's it. It makes it very easy. The problem is that emotions get involved. And that's when, everything is, thrown up in the air. Now, this is a very good card. This is the advice, the 10 of Cups. This is a card of joy. I mean, really, the, joy of family, the joy of marriage, of commitment, let's just put it that way, of a committed relationship. That it's interesting because as an advice card, I would say that what it's saying to you is, go for the gold. Go for the committed relationship. Don't settle for less. That's a good one. Because this is kind of like, you see the rainbow. This is like saying that, the pot, this is like the pot at the end of the rainbow. That's the type of feeling this is. It actually is a card, and you see it's a 10, so that's a culmination. So it's the apex of happiness, the highest point you can get. But it's also, even though it's a cup, so it's associated with the emotional life, it's also a card of financial well-being. So it really is a very successful card, and I think it's just saying you deserve the best. I failed to mention that there may be a water sign individual, actually. When I saw the 3 of Cups, I should have, mentioned that. So perhaps it's a fellow Cancer, or why do I say fellow Cancer? What in the heck? It could be a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces individual who is involved, and possibly that's the person that you have started a relationship with. I did not consider the fact that, that 3 of Cups could actually be relating to somebody that comes in for you. And it also can tell you, go to that wedding. Maybe there's a wedding that comes about sometime in January, and that's where you will meet the person that you're meant to be with, something along those lines. And yes, it looks like it could have somebody with water. Now, this is the this is a person who is a mature water sign or mature emotions. Okay, so see the contrast between the Knight and the King. The King is the one who really is on top of things and is is emotionally available for a relationship. The Knight might still be playing games. So yeah, I do feel that for some of you this could be a water sign. Which water sign is most appropriate for Aquarius? Well, Pisces is right next to you. But Scorpio forms a square with you, and even though that's a difficult angle, it still seems to attract those two signs together. And of course, then you have also Cancer. But obviously the individual charts would tell what's going on. And who knows, maybe they are a Leo or a Sagittarius and they have a moon in Pisces or something like that. Or maybe they have a lot of Pisces in their chart. But whatever is happening, it sounds like, you get that relationship possibly. Now, obviously, this is a general reading, but hopefully some of the cards will come true for you, the good ones, and that they resonate with you. If you'd like a private reading, Aquarius, please click on the link below. Otherwise, have a great month of January. Bye.